Hey everyone, this is Jason bringing you another tip of the week. Typically this would be a Canvas tip of the week, but this tip is focused on using SimpleSyllabus and their accessibility checker, which I just was made aware of, with regards to help us to ensure our syllabi are accessible, right? And so recently just came across this tool, so this should be released later on today, no later than tomorrow. So I just want to give a quick example that it behaves very similarly to the other accessibility checker within Canvas. So if you notice here, there's a little guy right here. Let me see if I can use the right in here. All right, and he's giving me an indication that, hey, that there are two things that need to be corrected. In particular, I had made some other corrections on this table, and in particular, we tend to be using tables in our SimpleSyllabus or syllabi to give our students a calendar of activities. In particular, this note here was sitting somewhere in the middle of the table, and my recommendation for such things such as that is to keep that outside of the table, because the table, we need tables to be accessible, and part of the structure of tables is, hey, there needs to be a header, not a header, but a title for the table and a header, meaning, hey, usually the header is the first row that kind of says, hey, what is the information down these columns, right? And let me see if I can kind of erase this. Nice sound effects. And what I'm referring to about the header is this space right here, right? If I was to take that row out, let me take that row out. Let me exit drawing, right click, say, and come here and say, okay, hey, delete row, and now maybe, right? So now, if you notice, oh, hey, tables should have a header. Add table header. Now I have a table header. All right, so now I can put in week, date, I think that's what it was, lecture, assignment, and then points. All right, and I can still make these centered, you know, and whatnot, or whatever per se, right? All right, so now next issue is talking about, hey, the table should have a caption, right? And I'm just going to, this should be the title or the caption, and maybe a little funky. Let's see if I can, let's say next. All right, cool, boom. All right, so immediately knocked off a couple of the accessibility thingies. At most technologies, if it has a hard time knocking things off, just give it a minute, be patient with it, okay? In particular, clearly the blue here, the blue text is dark enough that it did not pick up on it. Could it be darker? Maybe. But in particular, red on a white background is just not dark enough, right? So let's kind of bring this down here, maybe somewhere over here, right? Boom, right? Boom. Just that easy, okay? probably should have picked up on this and might have skipped this. So I'm going to go ahead and try to make this a little darker in color as well. And if you notice, if you happen to trying to get that, if you happen to know the hexadecimal color, then you can put that in, right? And oddly enough, SimpleSyllabus doesn't kind of like push out the hexadecimal color type of thing. Will but if you notice, oh, hey, 2 more things. So, like I said, a little finicky, but right. And, right, see, because now, and that's why I was hoping that it would go back to this 25 October and pick up on that it was not dark enough. And if you happen to copy the same hexacolor, then you could use the same one. You know, you can just simply say, hey, highlight this and hit Control C to copy the code, and so that we can use it for the next item that's reddish in color. Okay. So hopefully that would get it. Keeps on going back to the caption. And probably my caption is probably too long. Okay, so hopefully. Okay, so hopefully that did it for me cutting and pasting. Cool. All right, so jump back out, jump back in. Any more warnings? Nope, doesn't seem to be. So that's pretty much it. So again, as you're working on your syllabi, be on the lookout for the little dude, the accessibility man, over here in the lower right hand corner, very similar to what you see in Canvas. And hopefully there should be really minor things with regards to accessibility in our syllabi, because most of it is in text. Right? So if you have lists, as a reminder, please use the bullet list option, you know, ordered lists or ordered or unordered. Okay. Visually, you may see a list that is that is ordered, that the accessibility checker is having a hard time going through the HTML, and it's a little off on the back end, because that's what it's somewhat reading is the HTML code. And so you may have to just kind of backspace and click and highlight the section of words and say, okay, hey, let me just go ahead and use the ordered list that's within the text editor, and that will embed the ordering in the text box. Okay, so hopefully this is helpful to y'all and not adding more work to you. Okay.